He threw divorce papers at me and gave me 48 hours to get out. He didn't know the house was mine. He didn't know the company was mine. The manila envelope smacked the marble coffee table like a gunshot. Sign it, now. My husband, Kanan Jenkins, snapped, still in the Tom Ford suit I'd bought him. He said his new fiancée, Sierra, deserved my estate, and promised to have security drag me out in 2 days. I stayed calm. The cheap vanilla perfume on his collar had already told me everything. I took the papers and smiled. 48 hours is plenty, I said. He thought that meant I surrendered. An hour later Sierra arrived in a tight red dress, strolling through my foyer like she owned it. She called the decor tacky, pointed at a Kehinde Wiley original and said, "We'll get rid of that." Then she ordered iced coffee, no sugar, like I was staff. In the kitchen, my housekeeper Miss Etta was shaking. I whispered, "Turn every security camera to HD audio." My phone recorded while Sierra sat on Kanan's lap and giggled about being Mrs. Jenkins. Kanan laughed and said I was too ignorant to fight back, that he'd take the house and even my car. They kissed. I walked to my locked study. At midnight, I opened my safe, St. Clair Holdings documents, my mother's family empire. I called my lawyer, Attorney Hightower. Activate the Black Swan Protocol on Kanan Jenkins. Adultery and attempted asset theft meant we could strip his Nexus Innovations shares for breach, at zero value. Freeze the joint account, lock the deed so no title change happens without my fingerprint. Prepare an eviction team with deputies. Then I moved. I swapped real art for replicas. Pulled documents from the false bottom safe. Packed his $100 watch, replaced it with a look-alike. And in the garage, I pulled the Porsche fuel pump fuse. Morning came. I served shrimp and grits, his favorite. Sierra wore my silk kimono like a trophy. Kanan strutted in, saw my signature, and cheered. She surrendered. On the drive downtown, his cards kept declining, and he blamed bank errors. By afternoon, his world cracked. At Nexus, his CEO badge flashed red. Security blocked him. His secretary handed him a box, personal effects. Orders from the board and majority shareholder, she said. Then the name hit him. Mrs. Vespera St. Clair. Outside, his yellow Porsche was towed, company asset. Across town, Sierra screamed at mall security, but they shrugged. Repossession order. Her Mercedes was gone, owned by a St. Clair subsidiary. They rushed back to the palace. When they walked in, the house smelled like rosemary and roast beef. The table was set like a celebration. Because in 22 hours, they wouldn't have keys anymore. If you were in my situation, what would you do? Want to know what I did next? Tap the related video. Follow, subscribe. Disclaimer, real story submitted by viewer. Adapted. Invite viewers to submit their stories.